Hello everybody and welcome back to the patch 1.47 dev server. As you already know, I have actually been on the dev server a few times, gone over quite a lot of information, but I'm just going back over it to test fly some of the aircraft I haven't really looked at as much. And the first one I'm doing is the A20G30. Now what you're actually looking at is the A20G30 we have in game. It's not even a different variant from what I understand. And basically, there isn't an awful lot of difference. It has the same stats, as far as I can tell. It looks mostly the same. The only difference I can see is there's a red mark on the tail rudder at the back and a slightly flatter turret. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure what difference there is between these two aircraft. I'm not sure whether it's a reskin or something, or something. I'm not really sure what they've done with it. It isn't labelled as an like improved graphics, so I don't know what changes they've made to it. I'll do a bit more searching on it, but yeah, I haven't really come across much information at the moment. And yeah, as you can see for comparison, here is the new one. So we're going to take it out for a quick test flight. So here we are on Pearl Harbor. I actually had to go and quit the game. For some reason the sound kept muted again. I also apologise if the engines were a little bit loud. Because of the way it works, I can't actually turn it down, the sound down on for some reason. Well, the microphone, it doesn't. Well, I can turn it down, but it doesn't matter what I turn it down to. It still comes out as the normal sound for some reason. So yeah, I do apologise about that. Now, it doesn't actually feel that much different to the normal A20. This isn't realistic, which is where I haven't used the A20 in realistic really. I don't know if it gets more bazooka or rockets than usual. Quickly try a strafing run on this carrier. Yeah, I'm not really sure if there's much difference between the normal one at the moment. No, predictably didn't do that much. See if we can do a loop-de-loop. I'm starting to think this is not a very good idea. Okay, so it can do a loop-de-loop, just about. How well does it turn? Well, maybe I should get some speed and level off. Turning. Turns reasonably well. Though, again, fighters will obviously outturn it. It goes decently fast. See if we can't land it. Hopefully we'll slow down enough before. Yeah, it seems to turn pretty well. How's the elevator? Oh, actually, yeah, how's the elevators? Going quite slow, but the elevators respond quite well as well. Oh, we did manage to lose one lot of landing flaps. No. So yeah, it seems okay, but again, I don't know how much difference this is to the one we've got in game. Technically, the stats should be about the same. So yeah, so we'll move on to the next aircraft, which is the G14, or yeah, G14. Now, the reason we're doing the G14 and not one of the other American planes is, well, there's only two other American planes. The B-29, which I have done 2 test flights of. So yeah, I'm not going to do that third time. And the other one is the the B-57B, which oh god, this is fast. Which I can't actually test fly, unfortunately. Wow, this is. I'm pretty sure this is still our realistic battles. Wow, this is very fast. I mean, that was insane. Yeah, it's realistic because it's not just turning straight away, but bloody hell. I've kind of just not really been too bothered about this aircraft, like, because it was folded, and you know, I don't usually go for folded aircraft because it doesn't really help with unlocking new ones, but this is actually pretty good. And this is all stock as well. Oh, turning's a bit weird. I know they're not good turn fighters, but Jesus, that was weird. Okay, it goes pretty fast. Right, no, that'll probably rip them off. Try turning it again. I don't know why it keeps not wanting to... Maybe it's like meant to be like that. I don't know. Elevators. They're reasonably responsive. Although there was some... did go a bit weird of trying to go down. It could be possibly lag though, or frame rate that's causing that. I know if the frame rate's low enough, that does cause the rudders and elevators to go a bit weird. Well, gained a decent amount of height there and then managed to regain all of our speed back. Yeah, I quite like this aircraft. It's only got the same armament as the G6, but this is a very good aircraft. Right, we've got about... I'm only doing quick, brief test flights here. I'm going to try it with combat flaps, because this is ridiculous. But then they get ripped off, which is predictable. Okay, it's very good, it's just not very good at turning. So return to the hangar. Now the next plane will be the R2 1941. Again, I'm not test flying the Focke-Wulf 200 because I've already test flown it quite a few times. I'll take what I think is a standard bomb load because, well, it depends. This R2 is armed with Shahvat cannons, which from what I understand aren't particularly good against tanks, so I'm wondering if this will be used as a more fighter aircraft type R2. But again, you will have people who are going to use it as bombers or attack aircraft, so I'll take a bomb load because that's probably what people are going to be using. I assume. We'll see how we go. So we've got 4 rockets and 8 bombs. Oh, sorry, 8 bombs and 4 rockets. I'll try it with the bombs and rockets and then drop them, which you'd still have the, as far as I'm aware, as soon as you drop them, it just has no drag effect. So I'm assuming the things holding the rockets and bombs in place would actually cause drag in real life, but I don't think it works like that in game. I'm sorry if my voice is going a little bit. Really should have got a drink of water before doing this. Seems like a nice little plane. Looks a bit... It does look a bit more old-fashioned than the usual R2s. Right, so straight off the bat it does seem quite slow, although you have got a ton of armour on it. Try and level out a little bit. And turn. Now this does want to turn properly. So, yeah, it seems... Well, it doesn't... I don't know if it's a fast turner, but it doesn't cause me all sorts of problems that the G14 was. I don't know if the front bit looks more pronounced, that little dip. Right, it seems underpowered, if I'm honest. I'm going to try dropping the bombs. I don't know if it's the bombs causing all this. Fire off our rockets. It'd be cool if we actually hit something. No, oh no, they fell really far. Yeah, we've picked up quite a bit of speed now. Okay, it turns reasonably well, but we do seem to be losing height. I don't know if that... I don't know why that's happening. Right, so just test firing the cannons, making sure they're on the wings, where they usually are. Right, so turning's okay. How's the elevators? The elevators respond reasonably well. So, yeah, this seems like a fairly manoeuvrable aircraft. Just not with bombs attached. We'll regain some height before we get our bombs back and then try again. Just in case it was just a low takeoff speed that was causing all that. You definitely feel it's a bit slower this time. Although it does seem still okay speed. Might just try it with the rockets. I've only got like 7 seconds to go. Maybe hit this vehicle over here. Try more turns. Oh god, yeah, this is... Seems to still be turning okay, but it's just losing a ton of height. Although the elevators still respond pretty well, so yeah, it seems okay, just maybe not with a bomb load so much, which is understandable. quickly move on to another aircraft. Now, the last aircraft is actually a Japanese one. Well, it's a premium, the J2M4K. I have no idea how this is going to work out. We'll test fly it, limited fuel and all that. I don't know how good this is. I haven't used the J2M3 that at all, I don't think, so I don't know how the J2M4 will be. But I don't know, I've heard some good things about the J2M3. I assume a 4 would be an improved version, but we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, there's that canopy opening. Close it back up. See if I light. Maybe it does, I can't tell. Looks like a nice little plane, although seems a bit slow taking off. Especially after that EF-109. Oh, getting off the ground. Looks weird as well, a bit stubby and short, maybe. Oh, maybe I'm just not... Yeah, maybe I'm not used to it. Right, get some height. Wing-mounted cannons. Oh dear, low frames. Not good for testing. Oh, let's see how the elevators are first. Seems reasonably... Oh, I don't know, it seems quite slow to respond. At least going upwards. And a little bit downwards. Slower than the other ones anyway. Try turning it. That's something Japan's always good at. Yeah, it turns pretty good. We're actually gaining speed while turning. Right, so we'll pull up a little bit. Wonder if we could do a loop-to-loop. It's probably not actually a loop-to-loop, is it? I've forgotten the name. To the radiators. I thought that, yeah, you can see them coming open a little bit when we... Oh no, they aren't coming open when we go to wet. I just couldn't see them properly. It's a reasonably fast plane. I mean, going up to nearly 200 miles per hour, but just level flight, which is, you know, good. Don't know what's reasonable at tier 4. But yeah, it seems like a fast little plane. So yeah, that's the J2M4K, and we'll return to the hangar quick. Now, I'll probably end the episode there, and I'm not going to really test drive the tanks, for two simple reasons. One, I've test drove all the ones I can drive that people are really interested in. Things like the T28E and the T126 are quite similar to tanks we've already got in the game. The T28E is just another variant of the T28. We already know how it's going to handle, really. The second and quite important reason is the dev server is due to shut down in about 5 minutes, so not going to have much time to really dawdle doing more test drives. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like if you like the video. Leave feedback, could always do with more feedback. Subscribe if you like these sorts of videos. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.